So people always say whenever you buy a new truck or a new car or a new vehicle, they depreciate by 20 to 25% the second you drive them off the lot. So today we're going to find out how much money is depreciated off of my truck that I bought. I'll go over the price I paid for it. I'll go over what Kelley Blue Book private party sale value is, as well as the trade-in value, so you can kind of get an idea. And then I will submit my information to one of the websites that will buy your cars over the internet, just to see what they offer and if it actually lines up with Kelley Blue Book. And then we'll do the math to find out what I paid for it. Now, whenever I put in this information, I'll just say it has 500 miles. So it will essentially be trading in a brand new Toyota. Now, Toyota tends to hold their value better than like Ford or Chevy, based on my experience of owning those vehicles in the past. So obviously with all new vehicles, you're not going to get what you paid for in most markets. Now, there are people out there that can sell their car. Whenever things were going crazy with cars and stuff a couple of years ago, you would trade in your car for more than you paid it for. But the market seemed to kind of gone a little bit back to normal. So we'll kind of go over everything and actually do the math and calculate how much my truck would depreciate or has depreciated with just 500 miles on it. So I have submitted all this truck's information to Carvana. I'm currently waiting on an email back with an offer. A little bit about this truck. It is a 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road Hybrid. That's with the iForce Max engine. It's a 4-cylinder hybrid. The batteries are underneath the back seat. And it's solar octane is the color. Super bright orange. I love the color. So let's go ahead and just have a word from our sponsor while we wait to hear back from Carvana. So Last Fit has liners that you can put on the bed of your truck, as well as like the main bed and the tailgate. This is just a tailgate mat that you put in, you just screw it in, and it will protect the bed of your truck. It'll help with resale value. Since we're talking about resale, I figured this would be a great thing to talk about. So this will help it from getting scratches. It'll make it worth more when you sell it. So they make a ton of different things. They also make like floor mat liners, truck bed liners, all that kind of stuff. Link in the description to their website if you want to check them out. So I originally went to Kelley Blue Book, but they didn't have the option for the hybrid. And I also did like my VIN number, and it's like, we don't have a price for this. So I ended up going to Edmunds, and this is what it currently has with the car value as $49,000. So I did pay $56,000 out the door for this Tacoma. The MSRP I think was a little over 56. Got about 3,000 off when you factor in all the fees and stuff. So 56,000 is what I paid. The trade-in value on my truck, perfect condition with only 500 miles, would be about $49,000 according to Edmunds. Now with trade-in values, you're always going to get less because whoever's buying it is planning on reselling it for you. So the trade-in isn't super important, depending on, if you can sell it on consignment or not. So let's just see private party. So this is what you would get for it if I sold it like on eBay or Craigslist or in my front yard. About $51,000. And then the dealer retail would be about $53,000. So that's what Edmunds is telling us the value is. I'm going to go ahead and put an offer in and see what we can get to someone to actually buy this. Now let's go check out the offer I got from Carvana. Well, it looks like Carvana does not know what they want to offer me. I guess that's the downside to having a car or truck that is essentially brand new. So I was able to get a quote from Car Gurus. So this is the 2024 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid with only 500 miles. And their offer came in at $42,800. So our third and final quote that we got, this is from a company called Auto Nation. They have a location in Charlotte. I'm not sure if they're national or not. I'm guessing they probably are, but This offer is actually a little bit lower than had I just did 500 miles because I actually used my truck, and they pulled the Carfax and they could see that there was, I think it was like 2,000 miles on it. So this quote is actually at about 2,000 or 3,000 miles on the truck itself. So realistically, this probably would be closer to 52,000 had it been actually at 500 miles. So there we have it. We have gotten 3 offers, and now we're going to find out how much this actually depreciated with going with the average cost as well as going with the highest offer, and comparing that to what the average car depreciates at to see if Toyota, in my market, in this case, is higher or lower than the average, or comes in right at it. So without further ado, let's get nerdy and do some math. Okay, so my handwriting is not the best, but I will be explaining this. So the point of this video was to see the trade-in value on a pretty much brand new 2024 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. This one is the TRD Off-Road, and it does have some packages on it. So we'll start out with what I actually paid for this vehicle, which was $57,000 out the door, plus or minus like $100 or $200. So the first offer we got was $49,103. The second offer we got was $42,800. That was a really low offer. That one stung. And then offer 3, which was the highest, came in at $51,250. Now, the thing about offer number 3, when I got this offer, it was with close to 3,000 miles. So in theory, you'd think it'd be a little bit lower because offer 1 and offer 2 came in at with only 500 miles. So realistically, offer number 3 would be a little bit higher, maybe $500 or so. So when you add that all together, the offer average would be $47,717. So it had depreciated on average $9,282, or 16.28%. Now, the average new car depreciates between 10 and 20% depending on the website, the location, and all that kind of stuff. But that is kind of the average. So 16.28%, that is, I'd say, kind of on the higher end. But I really think offer number 2 is really bringing us down. So if you're selling your vehicle like any normal person, if you get offered $57,000, $51,000, or if you get offered $51,000, $42,000, $49,000, you would be stupid not to go with the highest offer. So let's just do the math on the highest offer. So the highest offer we got was $51,250. So that means it depreciated $5,750, or 10.09%. So there you have it. This Toyota in my market, which is North Carolina, with the average of 500 miles, with the exception of the last offer, which was 3,000, which actually was the highest offer we had. It depreciated, if you went with the highest offer, about 10%. Now, the average new car depreciates between 10 and 20%. So I can say that even though Toyota has a reputation for holding their value more, this truck still depreciated, best case scenario, at 10.09%, which is spot on with the industry average on what your vehicle will depreciate at. So, I mean, in the scheme of things, I guess 10%, is average. So it's not worse, which is good considering these trucks are considerably more expensive than the 2023 and older models. So even with the extra price, it still holds to about 10% depreciation straight off the lot. So there you have it. These trucks, at least in my location and according to my calculations, still depreciate just like any other vehicle at 10%. So there you have it. That's all I got for you today. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.